Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dominic Peterson, aka Doug's on 503, talking all things Oregon football. If you're not following, if you're not subscribed already, go and smash those buttons below to join the Doug Zone family where we're always talking Oregon football. All right, guys, we had some breaking news happen yesterday. The date of this recording happening right now, it's December 12th, 8:55 a.m. I'd say about 12 to 15 hours ago, we got big time commitments from the transfer portal for the Ducks. We'll start with the first one that happened earlier in the day. Iowa transfer linebacker Jestin Jacobs has committed to the Oregon Ducks. Big time pickup for the Ducks here. He had 6 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and 1 pass breakup in just 2 games this season due to injury. So injury really held him back this season. But this guy is a proven starter. Okay, in 2021, the year prior, he had 53 tackles, 2 pass breakups, and an interception and a forced fumble. So the guy can wreak havoc. The guy has made plays. I put a highlight reel out for you guys on my page at DougZone503. You got to be following on Instagram and Twitter if you're not locked in. Shout out everybody on the Instagram live right here. As you know, I like to go live on Instagram when I do these podcasts just to let everybody see the early access before it drops. You know what I mean? So, got to lock in with me there. Jestin Jacobs, man, really big time player. When I watched the tape, this guy looks like a complete animal. You know, a really good size. And we'll get into his size here in a second. He also has 2 years of eligibility left, which is big time. Whenever you land a transfer, you want to know how long you can play for your program. He still has 2 years of eligibility. The former 4-star prospect in the class of 2019. He was the 258th overall player in that class, the number 16th outside linebacker in that class, according to the 247 Sports composite. So 4-star, top 20 in his position. So really coveted player coming out of high school, really good size, like I was just saying, especially playing in the Big Ten where you need that size to stuff the run, right? 6'4", 238 pounds. Really good size outside linebacker. At Oregon, he might play inside with Noah, who knows. You know, he replaces Justin Flo, big time linebacker, fan favorite here at Oregon. Hits the transfer portal. I think we might have just found his replacement here, and Jestin Jacobs. Okay, big time Iowa. As you know, Iowa's defense was really good this year. I know he only played in 2 games this year, but man, can really fill up the stat sheet. It's proven in 2021. So got a proven starter. It looks like to me, anyways. Ducks need a lot of help on defense. They got a big time proven starter here. Just gonna have to watch him how he comes off his injury. Okay, guys coming off their injury might delay their their development a little bit. That's kind of what we've seen with Justin Flo, right? So hopefully he can stay on the field, and I know he'll produce if he can. Okay, then in other news, later in the day, we thought that was it. We had big news, right? Well, then I checked my phone. It's about, I think, 7, 8 o'clock. An Alabama transfer wide receiver, Traeshon Holden, commits to the Ducks. Okay, as you know, this is another position of need for Oregon, as Dante Thornton, okay, big time, recruit coming into Oregon, big, tall wide receiver with a lot of speed, transfers. Okay, I thought Thornton. I have my thoughts. If you guys want to go see that video, but I definitely thought Thornton would have started the next year with Chase Cota leaving. But man, we get a big time commitment with Traeshon Holden, former Alabama wide receiver in the SEC, coming out here to the Pac-12. He took a visit this last weekend, actually, with his former teammate, another Alabama teammate here, defensive back Kyrie Jackson was also on campus with Holden. So you got to have your eye on defensive back Kyrie Jackson as well. Okay, he has not announced a commitment yet, but he was with Holden, who took a visit. As you can see, Holden really liked his visit, really stood out enough to commit, right? So keep an eye on defensive back Kyrie Jackson, where Oregon needs a lot of help. Christian Gonzalez going to the NFL. Kyrie Jackson can definitely be that plug-and-play player. The 6'3", 214-pound Holden had 25 catches for 331 yards and 6 touchdowns this season. In 2021, he had 21 receptions for 239 yards and a score. Holden also has 2 years of eligibility, so if he's coming here to Oregon, he can play up to 2 years. The former 4-star prospect in the class of 2020, so another highly rated recruit coming out of high school. He was the number 235th overall player and the number 42 receiver in that year's class, according to the 247 Sports Composite. Really seemed like, as you know, in Alabama, if you go there, really hard to get on the field, no matter how talented you are. I mean, you're competing with the best of the best, right? We're talking about Georgia, Alabama, some of these big-time programs, and it just seems Holden, he was able to see the field, just not really establish that starting spot. So maybe here at Oregon in the Pac-12, just kind of like how Bo Nix did it, he's going to come out here, play a little bit lesser competition, a little bit lesser defenses than the SEC, and I think he'll do some big things, pairing him up with Troy Franklin, Chris Hudson. It's gonna be insane to watch this wide receiver room. Really watching that defensive back, Kyrie Jackson. Okay, he was a teammate of Holden, was on the visit with him this last weekend. So really wanted to watch there. That's a big one for the defense. I do think that Oregon's going to land multiple defensive guys more than offensive players, because that's where things need to get shored up the most for sure. So that pretty much wraps up this episode today, guys. Oregon landed 2 big-time transfers, their first 2 transfer commitments. What I guess we would call the off season, right? We're entering the bowl season here coming up. But yeah, man, we're going to have the UNC versus Oregon Holiday Bowl preview coming up sooner rather than later. I'll get a date to you guys soon. But yeah, be on the lookout for that defensive back, Kyrie Jackson. That could be a big one, as long as multiple other targets that Oregon is looking at. There's an offensive lineman. Can't think of his name off the top of my head. But guys, at DougZone503, I'll say it once again, on Instagram. Shout out my people on the live. Staying loyal, staying on the live. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, at DougZone503, Instagram and Twitter, lock in with me there for the quickest Oregon football updates. Go ahead and subscribe and like the video. Make sure you guys share it if you guys like content like this. As always, guys, go Ducks. I'll be here for more breaking news, and I'll get to that UNC versus Oregon Holiday Bowl preview as soon as I can and let you know the date. Everybody have a good day, and as always, go Ducks.